When we talk about systems biology, we're really talking about a holistic, data-driven view of physiology, of human health and disease. And when we study complex diseases like cancers that are heterogeneous, they're dynamic, and they arise from multiple perturbations throughout many different biological systems, throughout many different levels of organization within our body. Now, that's a pretty dense statement, so let me unpack that a little bit. So when I talk about heterogeneous, so cancers are heterogeneous in the sense that not only is each cancer unique, but even within a cancer, even within a given tumor, for example, there are different complexities that arise, and there's different subpopulations of cells that might be resistant to one therapy or another, and so that's part of why we need a systems approach. These diseases are also dynamic, so they change over time, and that's one of the things that we're interested in looking at. If we can really understand how we move and progress from onset through the progression of the disease through the treatment and diagnosis, then we can have a better interpretation and a better understanding of how to treat those diseases. And finally, I talked about different biological networks, and so certainly there are cancers that do target very specific areas and maybe arise from a single mutation, but generally speaking, there are it's not just one network. There's lots of different networks that get perturbed, and we're not just talking about on the molecular level either. When we are interested in looking at this holistic view, we're interested in looking at really the multi-scale nature of the human body. So we're interested in starting at the individual molecules and genes all the way up to organ systems and how these different networks within our body interact. And so ultimately the systems approach is really about striving to encapsulate all of these networks together, to study longitudinally over time, to study the dynamics, and also to therefore uncover some of the complexities in the heterogeneity of different cancers. And so how do we do this, right? We advocate for a systems approach that uses lots of different technologies to profile many different modalities within physiology. So ultimately what we're trying to measure are phenotypes. So phenotype is a biological feature. So hair color, eye color, these are phenotypes, as is the existence of a specific protein or maybe the amount of that protein. These are all different phenotypes. And so our goal is to phenotype an individual. And ultimately we want to measure lots of different phenotypes all at the same time, all in the same person. And if we measure enough of these, and the goal here is to really deeply phenotype an individual, and this is a phrase we'll kind of come back to, is this idea of deep phenotyping, then we can start to have a really holistic view of an individual if we measure a lot of different modalities and different features within a network. And so us biologists, we really like to use the suffix omics. So what is omics? So as economics is the study of money and economies, genomics is the study of the genome and all of the genes, proteomics is the study of proteins, and so we start to collect all of these different omics measurements to look at genes, proteins, metabolites, the small molecules involved in energy metabolism in the cell. And also not just molecular profiling, but also health profiling of an individual. So we like to collect health data, clinical labs, even kind of more recent push in the field is the exposome. So all of the different things that we're exposed to in our everyday lives, whether it's pollution or something to do with air quality, or whether it's all of the bugs and microbiota that we encounter just living our daily lives. And so that's this systems approach is really kind of taking this holistic view, and the way that we go about doing this is to try to use deep phenotyping and all of these different omics technologies to learn as much as we can and profile it individually kind of on a global level.